Yo, you already know what it is, man. IlFam79 on your social media choice, aka the Anderson Podcast, and aka Captain Broadbano, Brood Almond Phillips, Sticky, the Dragon Steamboat, Pod Champ Pod, God's favorite podcast, the Potty Pipe, I'm here to podcast, Chew Bubblegum, and I'm all out of Dentine. Nice, but y'all already know that. Y'all already know that, man. Today with us we have, I know him from the grapitol region, as they call it, man, over at the good folks at F1ght. Brother, the God dang, I don't know what it is, man. The top one, Mr. Amazing. I don't know why I can't get that. What's going on, bro? How you?
Nothing. How you feeling, man?
Oh man, things are going well, man. Excited for this event in a couple of weeks. Excited to kind of get to talk to you. The first time I saw you guys, the block, as it were, was y'all spun the block last time when we came down to fight, and y'all was with Ed Dino. Y'all had some problems and put on a good show. But before we get into that, let's get into your come up in pro wrestling. How'd you start?
So honestly, I've just been enjoying wrestling since the age of probably 3. The reason that is because I'm not even technically, I'm a second generation wrestler. My uncle used to wrestle. His name was Massive Mike. He was a promoter in like the Delaware area, so like the early 2000s and stuff like that. And one day I actively just this is more so one of those memories that was told to me, but the older you get, you start to remember your own type of memories and stuff. And I just remember being at a show that wasn't WWE, but it was still like, tight knit. I seen wrestlers, I seen people I didn't like, I seen people I liked. And I think me being a fan, always, just growing up and stuff, and then seeing that with him. And like I said, he not only ran the company, but he also was a wrestler himself. So seeing, somebody that I could relate to, somebody who I wasn't seeing on TV, it instantly was just like, if he can do it, like this is what I want to do with myself. Like, and then having inspirations growing up just instantly made me fall in love. And since then, I've been obsessed with wrestling, honestly, man.
What are your first memories of Black people in pro wrestling?
Funny enough, I vividly remember this show from like 2005. It was SmackDown back when it still had the fist logo, and it was Bobby Lashley versus Finlay. Why do I remember that match? Don't know, but it was the craziest thing to me seeing, because for some reason I seen Booker T growing up more, but then when I seen not just Booker T, I was like, okay, cool, that's fine, you know what I'm saying? Then I seen him, and then MVP started coming around. Then I grew up on World's Greatest Tag Team too, that whole Ruthless Aggression era. So seeing Shelton be absurdly athletic as he is, it again just did nothing but fuel the fire. Because I swear, as a kid, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was bringing my MVP and my Shelton Benjamin figures to school and stuff, and people looked at me like I was crazy when I said I wanted to wrestle, even back then. And so here I am now. Shout out to those people, honestly.
Do you remember the first bump? Like that one, you like, oh, I gotta earn this. This ain't TV.
Me taking a certain bump? Or okay. Yeah. We were oh my gosh. So yeah, we were practicing how to properly be able to get like either thrown off the top rope or take like a choke slam of some sort. So we had like a almost like a box jump that you were sitting on pretty much.
Okay.
And then eventually we were just like, okay, cool. It sounds crazy because your body won't do this naturally, but it's something you just got to get used to. So we pretty much went up and we went down. And I got there, and this was around probably, I think it was my second week of training. And crazy enough, speaking of Black people I love to see, Teddy Long was there my first day of training ever.
Wow.
And the reason I learned how it clicked for some reason with him teaching me how to bump. it was like I just met my trainer that day, very first day. You cool with Andino? Andino and me got the same trainer, Stickin from Riot City, and yeah, it was like he was trying to tell me. And again, I was so excited just being there. I'm 19. I was 18 actually. 18, just literally just excited to even be in the room. And then Teddy Long walked. He's just like, you got to make sure bending your knees and going back. I'm like, I think I get it. I think I get it. And then it just started clicking. But then after that, the next week later, we had to learn how to take those like pretty much dojo bumps. Oof. I was like, oh, ouch. Now my back is hurting for the next week. So I love it though. I wanted more. It's weird.
So tell me about the block.
So, so the block is consistent of me, my boy Andino, my girlfriend / wife. She's not my wife yet, but that's my slime, Taylor Brooks, my boy Victor Walker, and Y Keys. And so, honestly, that group is just a big amalgamation of people in this area who pretty much we can touch any region in this area, and we will pretty much be able to stand toe to toe with whoever you put us up against. For example, Vic is killing it down in VA. He got a bunch of stuff going on in VA right now. My boy White Keys, he's in MCW right now, doing his due dilly, pretty much representing right there. And then in my head, I kind of got me, Taylor, and Andino in DC. And that's kind of like our home base. Like if there's any shows in DC, I'm here to support it. And honestly, our whole objective is to just prove what this region has to offer. We are literally trying to be the next up in whatever y'all got going on.
So I know there's a bunch of confusion with the DC commission and folks. So, of course, the event that's coming up that we're looking forward to, man. The Thriller event, October 15th. You know what I mean? Doors at 5, bells at 6. Listen, I remember Chevrolet. I've got some interesting memories from personally. One of my mom's best friends built like a dome, like her and her husband built a dome out there, and just a beautiful home. And we used to go out there in summers. And Chevrolet, I remember just going to like PG Plaza from there. Talk about the area. Talk about like the culture of the area. I saw a post talking about DC was the first with Tim's. I don't know about they was the first with Tim's. I know they were the first with Cinnamon Tim's. I remember, hey, listen, I would give DC credit for Cinnamon Tim's and New Balance specifically.
You remember the Broccolis?
Oh, of course.
That's where I put DC. Or like the Nike ACG boots.
ACG,
that's okay. Where I would put DC in like that boot range. But Tim's, that's kind of as a little dodgy for me, but New Balances, I will accept no other than DC came up with that though. I literally have 3 pairs of New Balances downstairs, and I need a new pair. So
yeah. So talk about the culture of that area of the actual DMV, of course, of DC. And will we ever see like maybe a go-go band and somebody's music, or because that would be amazing.
I swear, I just love the area. It's so crazy. Like I said, being born and raised here. My theme song that I come out to, you familiar with Corday?
Yes.
Corday is actually my interesting when I'm by myself and not with the block. I use Checkmate by him. Okay. And him being from Maryland, kind of grow up in DC and stuff, he's on that PG side. It resonated with me because he's one of those people where there's not too many rappers that have been coming from DC and stuff. So you got your Wale. I've seen Wale a couple of times. He's super cool.
Montgomery County.
You got all the go-go bands and stuff. And mind you, again, I grew up on go-go. So just the whole culture around the DMV is pretty much proving people wrong. And you see that with a bunch of the athletes that we got. We breed nothing but insane talent. And I think how saturated we are with good talent here is something that, again, I just feel like people are sleeping on. It's it's legit kind of crazy how dense the talent actually is. Like, and the people that want it out here, especially because like we're not coming from, you know, a lot of super prestigious areas. You know, people back in the 80s and stuff been through the mid-Atlantic and stuff. But it's like as time passed, for some reason that felt like it devolved a little bit. And now we back on to come up back to show what we about for real.
Hey, listen, culturally, and I know you're a younger guy, culturally, even hip hop, even like New York hip hop, leaned heavily at one point in time on go-go and go-go
Yeah.
music, to kind of push their sound forward, man. Look at no further than like Doing the Butt and Kid and Play Kick Step and all
Yeah,
that.
no.
I will say that the DC area does have a very strong culture. And how is it? How does that like work itself into what you do in a ring, in and around the ring, on a microphone and all that?
Honestly, being from DC and kind of bringing that just into my wrestling, uh, it's like, for example, right? So when somebody announces me and they say from Washington, DC, it kind of like it fires me up a little bit because the only thing I had growing up was Batista
Mm-hmm.
to represent me from DC. Literally, I can't think of anybody else. Again, I am younger, so it's kind of funny. I think Batista is the only person who I heard Washington D.C. So there was nobody relating to me, and so now I'm bringing that into the ring and into the passion that I use, even just like the way I want to portray myself and just be seen in a public light is something that I want other people to see and just be like, damn, that's cool. Like I love it when I get to see like funny story. I was where was I working? Oh my gosh. I was somewhere in I was at Next Up. I was at Next Up Pro Wrestling in Virginia. And funny enough, that's not the DMV. Do not count as the DMV. But I was where was that? Hampton. Yeah, I was in Hampton. Does not count. But I was there and it dawned on me like a few months ago when a kid that was probably, I think, like 8, and he had a fro and all that shaped up and all that. He went up to me and he was just like, "Hey, you're really cool. You've been my favorite wrestler so far, and you look like me. Can we take a picture?" I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, that's cool because again, even just the way I came up, I didn't feel like I had that relatability. It was something that I sought after and I wanted to see for myself, but it wasn't there until I maybe stepped into watching even a little bit of the indie scene, and that took a while for me. Even TNA around like its peak, like early 2000s and stuff, where you're seeing like your Monty Browns, you're seeing even Xavier from back then, Xavier Woods from back then. And yeah, so for him to walk up to me, and again, it was just little stuff like that. Like little stuff like that keeps me going, keeps me fired up, and keeps me on top of my stuff, trying to be, it's corny, pun intended, the top one. That's the whole purpose of the nickname, is because no matter what setting you put me in, no matter what environment you try to throw me in, I'm going to be the top one. I'm going to be the one that sits above at the top. And that is the whole purpose of the nickname, is to not only fire myself up, but to inspire other people and show them that I literally have no fear. Who you put me up against, I don't care, because I'm the one who's going to sit above at the top. And yeah, giving that connection to somebody else is what I've dreamt for, honestly.
So how would you compare the area of a group? Like, how would you compare being in a group to kind of being dolo? What do you prefer? And how would you describe yourself, your in-ring, when you are by yourself?
Cool. First off, just being in a group is so funny because me as a person, I'm a pretty extroverted person. I could walk up to you, just say what's up. And so me being in a group, being able to feed off that energy, I like being able to see where dynamics are and where I can like walk in a room and just be like, oh, okay, I see what we hitting on over here. And with the block, everybody's energy is on the same, in some way, shape, or form. Everybody's energy is on the same type of time. Like when we were coming up with the name, we were just like, funny enough, O'Shea gave it to us. O'Shea's the reason we're the block. Because we was just like, black ice. We was like, nah, that's a little weird.
That's an air freshener.
That's what we said. Yo,
you got that air freshener.
Yo, hey, I feel like everybody got black. Well, nah, I don't know what I got on my car now.
I found a joint. It's still the trees. It's still the trees, but it's called gold. Oh, it smells amazing.
Boy, I wish I had something like that. Oh, I'm gonna have to figure out where you got that from, because
oh man, it's all over Walmart, AutoZone.
Man. Heard on that. I got AutoZone like 5 minutes away from me. About to get on that then. But yeah, being in a group, it's cool. I just love being able to bounce back off of each other. Especially crazy sight is having my girl right next to me with me. She's probably with me solo or in a group. Doesn't matter either way. She probably my right hand. And so with that, I just genuinely love, just like I said, just being able to be around the people that I, kick it with the most, and being able to just show what we able to do. But as a solo wrestler, I'm a striker with a god complex. If you've seen before, like,
I like it.
I would like to say very confidently, and this is pretty much, it's not a threat, but it's honestly, I think I have the best jumping knee probably on the entire East Coast at the moment.
I like it.
Because
I'll be looking for that.
Ain't nobody getting the height I'm getting. Like, yeah, just, and then same thing. One of my biggest influences, top 3 or not top 5 probably, is Chris Hero. Love Chris, done multiple seminars with him, and just, I love the whole striking style, because again, I'm not that big of a dude, but what I lack for, I guess, in wrestling size, I will knock you out type shit. And it's that simple. And I'm very confident in that ability to just be able to not only outstrike whoever's in the ring with me, but I got a lot of technical prowess that I feel like hasn't been seen yet. Just looking up to like your Danielsons, your Eddie Guerreros, your Malenkos, Bret Hart, stuff like that. Like, that's pretty much my in-ring style. I'm an all-arounder with like a favoritism to knocking people out.
Okay.
With that their elbow.
Okay. So tell me, and I've been asking everybody this, man. Tell me about the environment of fight, and why is it special? What makes it special for you? And I mean, like we were talking about before we turned things on, man, I know it's a very comfortable situation for me because I feel at home, man. But what's special about fight, the environment of it, and what they're doing out here?
Honestly, when I talked to Johnny and Chris there, when I very first got there, I wasn't even like booked or anything. I was there literally just because I seen they were in Northeast. That was, what show was that? Oof. Were you there at the Northeast show?
Was that
it was the last DC show. It was the
DC Brow. Was that at DC Brow?
They weren't at Brow. They were at the one where the dance recital was about to come in during the intermission, I think.
No, I think I saw like Dr. E post something about that, but I wasn't there for that one.
So I was there in a dark match. Didn't even know I was going to wrestle or anything. And I've been looking up, and mind you, at that point, I was under a year still. And I was just looking up to the wrestlers that are at Fight. For example, Trish Adora, Darius Garter. Them too. I want to shout out to them too. I know they're killing it everywhere right now, and they probably don't need it, but dog, shout out to them. When I walked in that locker room, they were nothing but open arms. Trish feels like that's my man. She's cool. Like, so is Darius. Just been super nice, and everybody in Fight, it feels like a family. And so for them to just give me that opportunity and was like, no, we want to showcase you. We want to put you on. And not only that, nobody in my area, they're not going out to West Virginia. They're not going out to super far Maryland, or like, some of them will, but like for the most part, sometimes it's very inconvenient. And the fact that DC doesn't have a lot going on wrestling wise, and for me to be like, hey, y'all, we finally got something in the DMV, come through. And they've just been cool. Yeah, I'm so with it. Fight is home. That's how it feels for me. I have a bunch of promotions that I probably frequent a little bit more, but Fight feels like home. Just due to the fact that it's, like I said, 8 minutes away from me, even 15. If we were to go back in DC, don't matter. It's close to home. I get to have the family there. Just the overall environment of the crowd. It feels like everybody kind of same on the same wavelength compared to going to like, different other towns and stuff. And they may understand, but Fight gets it, if that makes sense. And not only that, just they put on the type of wrestling I want to do. Like, just that whole style of wrestling that Fight goes after is what I've, like I said, aspired to do, look up to, and ultimately, like I said, I will be the top one in that promotion at some point in time.
So let's talk about goals then, right? On the way to the top one, you got to go rung by rung. And what's the next part of that? Like, what's the next rung on the ladder for you to break out, not necessarily outside of your crew, but continuing to elevate?
I think at the moment, it is pretty much what you said, just making sure that I'm staying on my P's and Q's, because, man, Fight is deep in competition. And that is one of the things that I pride myself on, is being like super competitive. Like, I'm a gamer on the side. Like, I am like super. I forgot that MK Arcade right there. I'm super competitive in literally like everything. And so, honestly, I'm here to take up any and every challenge that Fight wants to throw at me, and just be able to bounce back with either a win or coming out way stronger than I did before. Because at the end of the day, I'm not only there to, be a part of that and, stamp myself in, the Fight history, especially like, again, we got the longest reign, to what I remember, the longest reigning Black champion of all time at that promotion. Crazy. That is crazy. And so to even, like I said, to even be in that is something that I'm cool with, but I'm here to etch my own history. So I'm going to just go through everybody and watch where I end up. And not only there, I'm here to be wherever. I have a whole, it's so funny because now I have like a laundry list of people that, I guess, again, pun intended, I got to take out the trash on. It's a lot of people that is doing it out here, but just watch when they give me the opportunity to showcase that. Not Fight, just everywhere else. Watch when they see.
So who would you call a personal dream match inside and outside Fight? So both.
Oh, okay. Inside Fights. Darius, Eel, and Darius, Eel, and anybody from PI.
I'm gonna be honest. Those guys, specifically Darius and Eel, are two of the guys who 100% get it in ring and out ring, and it's beautiful. With the technical blah 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 character, there, Eel is that, and then Darius, the psychology for wrestling. Hey,
great. Yo, his mind, you pick his brain for 2 seconds, he's crazy, dude. And then not even that. I just watched Eel face Brian Keith at Next Step Pro Wrestling. What a banger, dog. Hey, I was just watching that match. I'm like, damn, this is these dudes is wrestling out here. And it was just crazy to see. So to see that, I'm like, that's what I'm trying to be doing out here. And then PI, I love him. I love him to death. But in this current state, I don't think that'll happen soon. But like I said, anything can happen. I'm just down for it if it happens with any of the three of them. So,
what about outside?
Outside of FIGHT, this is one dude that reminds me really much of have you heard of Jordan Saint? I keep calling him out. Every time somebody asks me, I keep calling him out. One of these days, I'm going to drop a random. But he's a dude from the New York area. He kind of into that like strong style, like he's heavily influenced by like Masawa, Chris Hero and stuff. Very similar to me. Black dude. And we have very similar philosophies where it's like, I take pride in being in like that light heavyweight division. Cause again, like I said, it was big for me to have representation as a kid. And I didn't, necessarily have that. So to be like a light heavyweight that's doing that striking style, that's punching above his weight is something that I want to do. And he's actually doing that. Right now, we both probably got the same amount of experience and stuff, but we both making names in just our respective areas. And eventually I'm hoping for that to happen. Other than that, Brian Keith himself, talk to him. He's insane. And I just overall love the way he goes about his wrestling. Like, my man coming out to Still Tipping. Like, that is crazy. I don't know why that's crazy to me.
Listen,
like
I heard it in Texas. I was there live. So, and the whole room was just like, listen, I'm an older guy. I don't use these younger phrases, but being in the building for Brian Keith coming out to Still Tipping in Texas is 100% a vibe.
Yeah, hey, it was wild, dog. I was like, hey, yo, sorry, are they gonna let this man come out to Still Tipping? It came out, I was like, oh, they going crazy. Yeah. But yeah, nah, other than that, I'm here to, like I said, my biggest goal is to just be amazing wherever I go. I want you to put me up against anybody and it become a dream match because of name notoriety or just the stakes at hand. I want to just create dream matches. That's what I'm here for.
So before we get up out of here, like I said, I'm not going to hold you long.
Good.
Talk to folks into the building. Tell them why they should be at Thriller. You know what I'm saying? Sunday, October 15th, 3608 Legion Road, Cheverly, Maryland. Doors at 5, bell at 6, man. Tickets at a dub, baby. Y'all niggas, I'm sorry. Y'all come on now. You know what I mean? Get busy. Yeah. No, you say what you want in here. You can definitely say what you want in here. You know,
I was ducking it.
Yeah. A couple times I want to. Yeah, you can say what you want. I told you, man. Whatever it is, as long as you won't get canceled yourself. But yeah, man, talk to folks in the building. Why should they show up, man? What should they expect?
Cool. Honestly, October 15th, we got the Thriller event in Cheverly, Maryland, and with that, you've seen the lineup. Everybody who is following FIGHT has seen the lineup. It is nothing but banger after just insane matches. And that is what you can come to expect from FIGHT. But not only that, let's add into the fact that my boy Andino is going to retain his Chocolate City Championship. And look, Trish is the good sis, but I got to say, my man Andino, he's been holding it down here. So she might need to watch out for that. And then not only that, but with the block being there, you literally never know what's going to happen because at any given point, we could pretty much do whatever we want because there's nobody who just got it like us. And it's that simple. We come out to We Major by Kanye. Like we major out here, dude. Like if you don't know about us now, then you will in the future. So stop sleeping or get slept. It's that simple. So
that's that talk, man. Listen, before we get out of here, let us know how folks can get at you on social media. If you got a reel or some merch, let them know.
Oh, cool. So with that, I'm trying. It's here.
Go.
So
there you go.
With this, that's my social, Mr. Amazing Pro, on literally IG, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. That's my
I'm gonna call it Twitter. I'm gonna call it Twitter.
That's what I'm saying, Twitter, right? We got it on IG, Twitter, TikTok, whatever you want. follow me on those socials right there. I'm about to start posting a lot of good stuff. I'm also a competitive gamer on the side. I'm not just your average random gamer. I go by Air Nike on the Twitch. So that's Air Nike at
Hey,
twitch.com.
real quick. I see you got Mortal Kombat in the background, right? That Mortal Kombat 2, to be specific. I have an amazing story about getting that game early from the flea market in Baltimore with Brother Matt. Anyway, what is your favorite fighting series?
Fighting games, MK.
Mortal
Kombat
guy.
It's MK. I love Tekken. I haven't played it competitively like how I want to, because I'm not the greatest at 3D fighters. 2D fighters,
I am just the opposite. I am a Tekken guy. You know what I'm saying?
Tekken's
yeah, man. Brian Fury is my guy. Ling Xiaoyu and
you play Fury.
Yeah.
See, I just got to what's her name? The Russian girl. I cannot remember. She is, I think she's like the Russian girl in that game.
From 7?
She's in the new jump. She's an 8.
Okay.
I can't remember her name. I should look it up, but nah, she is crazy, dog. And I like that rush down style. So yeah, she there for me. I said I was going to get the next Tekken too. I'm on that.
That's I played I got into the beta for it. So the messed up part is they had the beta a couple of weekends ago, and I was away in New Orleans, so I wasn't able to play it because they've been like, once they add characters, they've been testing. But the first couple of weekends they had it for testing, man, I had a ball on that. But yeah, Brian Fury is definitely my guy. I can't wait till that joint drops. Matter of fact, I went and pre-ordered the Spider-Man today.
Yes, sir.
I'm still a physicals guy.
Got it. Yes, sir. That's Spider-Man 2. I'm already on it. Between that and the fact that I've been grinding out MK1 recently, I'm a Johnny Cage main, have been since literally the OG MKs and stuff. And he also kind of influences my character a little bit too.
Honestly. I like that. I like that, man. There's something definitely very pro wrestling. It's definitely something very pro wrestling about Johnny Cage. That car fatality is insane.
Yo, he says, beep, beep, buddy, and you're gone out of there. Yo, and it's so funny because now I done hit like the second to highest rank in that game. I'm aiming for the top. So
I like it.
You on the stream with that.
Okay.
That's what I'm hitting on next.
And what is that? What is that Twitch again?
Air Nike. So just that's my gamer tag. I've had it since OG Call of Duty and all that. So I haven't felt like changing it. It's so much random lore to that, but I ain't gonna hold you up. So Air Nike on Twitch. That's me. I'm about to get really consistent with streaming. And other than that, I just got a new shirt. Literally, my first shirt drop. I should be getting it soon. Just posted it on my Twitter. I mean, on my Twitter, IG, whatever you want to see. Like I said, right down there. Just got the new shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. I'm talking to For Your Wear, trying to get my stuff there.
Shout out to Blue, man. Good guy. He's on the way. They're on the way back. His podcast, the Mixed Tag Show, is on the way back, man. Shout out to them.
Trying to make sure I'm supporting that too, boy. Because when I see just how many people like us is on that jump, I'm like, oh nah, gotta support, gotta get the visibility out there for that. So I'm about to be on there soon, and I'm gonna have hopefully have t-shirts on hand for fight. If not, it will definitely be at the next fight show. So other than that, like I said, catch me on all the socials right there. Look for me to start streaming, and
that should be dope, man. I am looking forward to the event one last time, man. We will see y'all over in Chevrolet at Thriller, a Fight Club event, man. It's going to be live, man. I can't wait to see y'all, man. Fam790, your social media choice, man. And until then, man, peace.
Yeah.